Who didn't want to give me a land encounter? I guess I have to go for a sea encounter, which is Sea Drama. That's neat. I know him on Cubimon. Yes, I'm pretty certain they DNA evolved with a Frontier reference. Ta-da! A Goonimon. You lived? I'm surprised. I'm surprised you lived at Seedramon. Alright. Then next up is Grismon and Growlmon. There is a DNA difference between Greymon and however, they become the same as Cubimon and Dinohomon. They become a Goonimon. So I don't feel like I have to showcase a Goonimon again. So let's see, I know Renamon has Growlmon, so I'm gonna check if Potamon has Grismon. No, he does not. Neither does Agumon, does not have Grismon either. Well, let's switch in Kurmon then. And equip Grismon in. And this DNA evolution is going to be another Frontier reference. I'm guessing I'm using another card. Hey, it's alright. Also, happy birthday to your uncle, Flygon. So let's do the second Frontier reference. Sorry, third Frontier reference in the DNA evolutions between Grismon and Growlmon. Because they make Kendogarurumon. Shoots a giant laser beam, And because it's a Cardmon, it doesn't take a lot of damage, because that's just what Cardmons do. I was expecting the Cardmon to fight back, to be honest. So yeah, those are the 3 Frontier references that they have in this game. It is Agunimon through fusing Greymon Hookmon or Dinohomon Cubimon, Kendo Garurumon by fusing Grismon Growlmon, and then AncientGreymon by fusing Diaboromon and Imperialmon Paladin mode. Because sadly, every other DNA evolution is just a Digimon that already appears in the game. They get a cool new attacking animation, but it still is a shame that those are the only 3 DNA evolutions. No, I was pondering there, should I do the Kendo Garurumon on this poor innocent Kunamon? But nah, I changed my mind. I'm not gonna do it on it. Alright, I believe next is to do the classical Paildramon through XVMon Stingmon. I guess I could keep Kumamon around for that. Because, you know, almost everyone I've trained have it. Here's a freaking ghost ping again. I don't understand it. Or at least in my end is a ghost ping, because I don't see anything. I just hear the notification that a message got sent, or allegedly got sent. Then I don't see anything. Yeah, yes, yet again, I only heard it, but don't see it. I don't get it. It apparently refreshed chat, okay? Why does it need to do a notification sound for that? Yeah, it's just weird. Streamlabs and Twitch are just being super weird about that. By giving me ghost notifications. Or maybe they aren't ghost notifications, but they feel like they are ghost notifications. Maybe. I mean, I haven't seen my automod do anything, to be honest. Like, I know I have it set, but I've never really seen it do anything, my automod. Since, you know, all the bots with the links always come through anyway. So I always assume, like, it doesn't want to do anything, the Autobot. Or maybe it does do something and it's just smirking stuff that is insignificant. Oh, now I'm getting into the DNA distributions that are killing. There you go, that was a tried and classic Pael drama. Alright, up next is we do War Growlmon with Digitamamon. Weird combo, I know, but that's apparently a combination they have. War Growlmon and Digitamamon. Since I already have War Growlmon equipped on Renamon, I might as well keep Grismon and keep Kumamon and just equip him with Digitalmon because I know I have trained a Digitalmon on Kumamon. See? That Digitalmon's level 90 even. Which apparently that is like, no, that's not a level. I think it was like level 85 or level 90. That's when he finally learns his signature move, NM Syndrome. Which is ridiculous that Digitalmon only learns 3 techniques when everything else learns 4, maximum 5 skills. And then Digitalmon comes around and goes like, I don't feel like it. I'm just gonna give you 3 techniques. Where one just goes like, what? Only 3? What's your problem, Digitalmon? Only giving 3 techniques in that signature move? Now, I believe this fusion is one that you will enjoy, Flygon. Solely because of which Digimon it is that they become when they fuse. Which there. Now, Egg with War Growlmon. Those combined make Mega Gargomon. And Mega Gargomon is also obtainable normally through the game. You just have to get Metal Mavamon to level 40 or 50, depending on the Digimon. Learn Metal Garurumon, and then get Metal Garurumon all the way to level 99, and then you can learn Mega Gargomon. So yeah, one can just straight up have Mega Gargomon. And my suggestion with if one really wants to use Mega Gargomon, the easiest ones to get Mega Gargomon are Lumamon and Guilmon. Yeah, most Digimons are a lot of effort in this game. But either way, Guilmon and Kumon are the easiest ones to get Mega Gargomon. Guilmon because, well, he basically starts the game with Metal Mamamon, so you have him some almost like day one with Guilmon, so you have a lot of time to just train up Metal Mamamon throughout the playthrough to get Mega Gargomon. And then Kumamon, it's because of his slow experience growth. That's why he's the other ideal one, because with Grappleomon, his only evolution he learns is Melmamon. And Kumamon doesn't really have a lot of things to train, so Mon might as well just train up a Melmamon to get Mega Gargomon. I mean, heck, you have a Mega Gargomon before you reach level 35 even, you have a Mega Gargomon. If you optimize your training on Kumamon. Like, that's super early to get a Mega Gargomon. Despite all the hard work, you will get him early on with Kumamon. Right, next up, Taomon and Magna Angemon is the next combo. I'm just gonna re-equip Marsmon quickly here. And swap in Monmon. There you are, Magna Angemon. Wait, no. You need to equip Taomon. It's basically I'm just gonna showcase all the DNA evolutions and then attempt Kurt because he's the final boss, Kurt. That's basically all that's left to the game. Because as I explained earlier, in the circuit boards, you can refight boss fights from the game with all the black Digimons that you encountered in Materasu server. However, I don't feel like I have to do it on stream because you're just fighting like Greymon again. You don't do anything other special. It's not like the fight is any different. You just fight Greymon again. And then the other significant thing is, no, you can now do card battles again and dual island. But this time you're fighting enemies that are way more annoying than all the other time you've done the card battle. So yeah, nothing I want to do on stream. So this I'm doing because I want to showcase all the DNA devolutions. Because I've gone out of my way to be able to show it, that I want to do it. So that's why I'm showcasing this, and then I'm gonna do attempt the Kurt fight, because I might not be able to win it, only basing on the fact of how strong they've been. I think I'll be done with it this stream. Yeah, they become Phoenixmon, Taomon, and Magnanjamon. Yeah, it's a support DNA evolution, so it's kind of lame. It's not even an attacking one, the Phoenixmon. It's just a free, I think it's a free revive, which, you need two Digimon to perform a DNA evolution in the first place, so the fact that the DNA evolution is a revive is like, why? Yeah, it is cool. However, the fault with that is that, as I said, you need two Digimons to do a DNA evolution. So the only time you can actually use the revival aspect of the Phoenixmon DNA evolution is if you've only lost one partner Digimon and you don't have a life disc for some reason. That's like the only thing, or like the only time, yes, using Phoenixmon will work, because if you've lost two of your party members, then you can't use Phoenixmon. Then you have to use a life disc anyway. And a life disc already gives you full health. So that's why I said Phoenixmon is kind of eh overall compared to the other ones. Because you're just using up a turn for what? Healing? You switch to another partner just to heal? Instead of, tag out to at least do some chip damage. Anyway, next up is I've already done AncientGreymon, so it is. There we go. Gallimon Malomyotismon. That's up next. I'm just gonna prepare Monmon here. So your time to shine, Kumamon. There we go. Because as I said, I specifically went out of my way to train up Kumamon to learn Galacticmon. Okay, I had him all reset. It's something I did while card hunting, by the way, so it's not like I only trained Kumamon just for this. It was multitasking, like I was getting cards and training his Growlmon at the same time. So I was multitasking. So I was doing both things at once, getting all the cards in the game and training up Kumamon to get Galacticmon so that I can do this DNA Digivolution. To be able to showcase it. I only have I only have 3 more DNA Digivolutions to showcase after this one. Only 3 more, so it's not that bad. Alright, Kuamon, let's do this. DNA switch with Renamon, or aka Fairy. She's been used a lot for these fusions. Yadmon, Malomyotismon. And they will DNA digivolve into, obviously, Beelzemon. Man, that only did 800 damage? What the heck is what I say to that? Only 800 damage? Even Praeldron and Mega Gargamon did more damage than that. What the heck? Ah, well that explains it. It's a magic attack. Well, obviously, any DNA Digivolution as a physical skill is obviously a lot better than magical attack. Solely because physical attacks just do more damage. Alright, then we have Black War Grey and Gran Kuwagamon. So you just swap out Agumon. You know, like, keep Agumon. What am I saying? Yeah, okay, I did do this. Yeah, I have Gran Kuwagamon, so I just need to get Black War Greymon. Then it is to get Impingement Dragon Mode as a Raphimon. And I know I did it earlier in the playthrough, but I'm gonna do it again. The Metagroomon War Greymon to make Omni. Is that I know I've done it earlier in the playthrough, but I will do it again. The only reason I'm not showcasing Ancient Greymon right now is because I did Ancient Greymon against Lord Megadeth. Twice even against Lord Megadeth because Raijinmon blocked once. And then I did once against Galacticmon. So I've done Ancient Greymon 3 times already in this stream alone. Oh, whoops. Whoopsie. I can do it this way. Tag to Agumon, and then from there I do DNA Digivolution. That works. Yeah, I knew you. You were. There we go. Oh, well, that's neat. That's a guess. To have FE6 in FE8 engine. There. Ooh, oh, that was so much damage. I did over 4,000 damage. The Diaboromon fusion. I mean, it was pretty cool. I'm pretty sure the Diaboromon fusion move is supposed to be Catastrophe Day. I think he has a move that's called that. I think that's what he has. A move that's called Catastrophe Day. But how exactly does it work? The having FE6 in the FEH engine. How does that work exactly? Hmm, that's interesting. How did they manage to do that? That seems neat to have, what is it? Binding Blade in Sacred Stones engine. I guess this innocent Tapirmon. Wait, what? They made Shadows of Valencia in the FE8 engine? What? That's a 3DS game. How did they do that? How did they pull that off? Get a 3DS game into G into a GBA? Ah, okay, then it makes sense. There we go. Omnimon. He's gonna do the dual wielding. Gray Sword, Supreme Cannon. I know I mixed the names there. Of course, it's gonna do 9,999 innocent Tapirmon. But the Tapirmon got in my way, okay? It's the Tapirmon's own fault. If it didn't want to be blown up by an Omnimon, then he should not have stepped into my path. It's simple as that. Simple as that. Alright, and now for the final DNA'd evolution between Seraphimon and Imperial Dramon Dragonmon. Oh, thank you. I will look into it like later. And I might, depending on like, how I feel about it, after checking it out, that might be the version of Binding Blade I would stream. Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, that might just be my way of playing Binding Blade instead of needing to find someone that's translated the game and then patch it myself. Yeah, I need to put Imperial Digimon on me, Imperial Digimon Dragon mode specifically. Gotta do that on Cultimon, put Imperial Digimon Dragon mode. Oh, well, that's thankful. Well, that gives me something to think about. Because I still have quite a bit left of Blazing Blade. Because I still have to finish Elliewood's story and then do Hector's story, so I still think I have a lot of streams left of Blazing Blade before I finish that one. Oh, nope, not an innocent Kunamon. This is going to be Seedron yet again. It's gonna be the poor victim of this. Alright, time for... Yeah, I was kind of expecting that, but I'm still willing to do it. Because I like Hector so far. Alright, Seraphimon, and it appears from Dragon Mode. For some reason, they compare it to a Paladin mode.